Hey everybody, we're going to have a quick lesson on the grip. That is how you hold the drumsticks. We're going to work with matched grip. That is the left hand and the right hand hold the sticks the same way. Before we talk about that, we want to get set in position playing the snare drum or the drum set. This can apply to whether you're standing at a snare drum or sitting at a kit. You want the snare drum to be at about your waist length. And what you want to do is you want to start by having both your arms to your side, nice and relaxed, sit up in a good posture. And when you bring your arms up, they should form a right angle. They should be parallel to the floor. That is this. I'm sitting comfortably. I'm just going to raise my arms up. And again, the right angle comes from the upper arm to the longer part of your arm. And again, parallel to the ground, okay? So if you play up this way, you're too high. If you play down this way and your arm's sloping this way, the drum's too low, okay? Again, just nice and relaxed, nice and parallel to the ground, okay? So now let's take a look at the actual grip. We're going to start with the right hand because I'm right-handed. And you want to take the stick in the opposite hand. And what you're going to do is you're going to pinch the stick with the first digit of your index finger here, and you're going to use the flat of your thumb, okay? So you're going to take the stick and you're going to pinch lightly between those two fingers. And you're then going to wrap the middle finger, the first digit of the middle finger, wraps underneath the drumstick. It curls underneath the drumstick. And then the other two fingers just curl around lightly around the stick as well to support the back end of the stick. Now you don't want to grip too hard. You don't want too much pressure. If you could see here, there should be a little bit of a space between the flat of the thumb and the index finger. That's great. If you grip too hard, you're going to go like this, and your muscles are going to work too hard. You're using a completely different set of muscles in the hand, and that's just too much pressure. You want to always have nice and even pressure throughout. It should not be strained in any way. So again, let's get back to the proper position. Flat of the thumb, index finger curled around like this. Now we're going to take a quick look underneath so you can see what it looks like underneath the drum or underneath your hand. You don't want to hold the stick too far back this way, okay? And you don't want to have it too far in the center because you won't get good balance. You want to use about 2/3 of the stick up front and a third back here. Now you also, last thing is you don't want the stick to be too much off to the side here. You want it to be more in the center of your palm, but not exactly in the center. Okay, and that's what it looks like underneath. And so now we're just going to turn the whole thing over. And we're going to use what we call a start and stop position. That is, the bead of the drumstick is going to be about 1 inch off of the drum head, and that's where you start and stop. So we're going to just turn the wrist here and make a stroke. You're going to come up and down, hit the drum, and end up here again. And it's as simple as that. Nice and relaxed. Here's what it looks like. So you want the movement to be very quick. In other words, when you go to make the stroke, you don't spend too much time in the air up here. It's a very quick movement when you decide to make the stroke. It's up and down, oops, up and down, okay? So now we're going to do the same thing in the left hand. So left hand, exactly the same. Nice grip here, up and down, again, start and stop position. So now we're just going to alternate right and left, and that's basically it. Nice and relaxed, okay? Arms parallel, and here we go. Okay, so that's basically it. Right and left hand, matched grip, very simple. Keep the pressure nice and even. Okay, so in the next lesson, we're going to talk in more detail about rebounds and some other more sophisticated points of the technique. Thanks for joining me.